Judges 19, outraging in Benjamin. In those days, when there was no king in Israel, a Levite staying in a remote part of the hill country of Ephraim required a woman from Bethlehem in Judah as his concubine, but she was unfaithful to him and left him for her father's house in Bethlehem in Judah. She was there for 4 months. Then her husband got up and followed her to speak kindly to her and bring her back. He had his servant with him and a pair of donkeys, so she brought him to her father's house. And when the girl's father saw him, he gladly welcomed him. His father-in-law, the girl's father, detained him, and he stayed with him for 3 days. They ate, drank, and spent the night there. On the fourth day, they got up early in the morning and prepared to go. But the girl's father said to his son-in-law, "Have something to eat to keep up your strength, and then you can go." So they sat down. And the two of them ate and drank together. The girl's father said to the man, "Please agree to stay overnight and enjoy yourself." The man got up to go, but his father-in-law persuaded him, so he stayed and spent the night there again. He got up the next morning of the 5th day to leave, but the girl's father said to him, "Please keep up your strength." So they waited until late afternoon, and the two of them ate. The man got up and go with his concubine and his servant. When his father-in-law, the girl's father, said to him, "Look, night is coming. Please spend the night. See, the day is almost over. Spend the night here. Enjoy yourself. Then you can get up and go early tomorrow for your journey and go home." But the man was unwilling to spend the night. He got up, departed, and arrived opposite Jebus. This is Jerusalem. The man had his 2 saddled donkeys and his concubine with him when they were near Jebus, and the day was almost gone. The servant said to the master, "Please, why not let us stop at this Jebus city, spend the night here?" But the master replied to him, "We will not stop at a foreign city where there is no Israelites. Let's move on to Gib. Come on," he said. "Let's try to reach one of these places and spend the night in Gib or Roma." So they continued on their journey, and the sun set as they neared Gib and Benjamin. They stopped to go in and spend the night in Gib. The Levite went in and sat down in the city square, but no one took them into their house to spend the night. In the evening, an old man came in front his work in the field. He was from the hill country of Ephraim, but he was residing in Gib, where their people were Benjamites. When he looked up and saw the traveler in the city square, the old man asked, "Where are you going? And where do you come from?" He answered him, "We are traveling from Bethlehem in Judah to the remote hill country of Ephraim, where I am from. I went to Bethlehem in Judah, and now I'm going to the house of the Lord. No one has taken me into his home, although there's straw and feed for the donkeys, and I have bread and wine for me. My communite and my servant with us. There is nothing we lack." "Welcome," said the old man. "I'll take care of everything you need. Only don't spend the night in the square." So he brought him to his house and fed the donkeys. They washed their feet and ate and drank. While they were enjoying themselves, all of a sudden, wicked men in the city surrounded the house and beat on the door. They said, "Old man, who was the owner of the house, bring out the man who came to your house so we can have sex with him." The owner of the house went out and said to them, "Please don't do this evil, my brothers. After all, this man came into my house. Don't commit this horrible outrage. Here, let me bring my virgin daughter and the man's concubine now. Abuse them and do whatever you want to them, but don't commit this outrageous thing against this man." But the men would not listen to him. The man seized his concubine and took her outside to them. They raped her and abused her all night until morning. At daybreak, they let her go. Early that morning, the woman made her way back. As it was getting light, she collapsed at the doorway of the man's house where her master was. When her master got up in the morning, opened the doors of the house, and went out to leave on his journey, there was the woman, his concubine, collapsed near the doorway of the house, with her hands on the threshold. "Get up," he told her. "Let's go." But there was no response, so the man put her on his donkey and set for home. When he entered his house, he picked up a knife, took hold of his concubine, cut her into 12 pieces, limb by limb, and then sent her throughout the territory of Israel. Everyone saw it and said nothing like this ever happened or has been seen since the day the Israelites came out of Egypt until now. Think over it, discuss it, and speak up. Thank you for listening, and God bless.